Well, we are trying out new kind of gardening technique. It's not exactly new, but it is new probably in the United States, where container garden to grow vegetables is not the normal thing. We grow all kinds of ornamental plants and so on in containers, but what we are trying to do is to grow vegetables in containers, which is a method of which allows us to set up a garden anywhere. You don't have to have fertile land. You can set them up on a parking lot, abandoned parking lot, or on a vacant lot, a rooftop, and even brown fields, because in our method we use the wading pools, which can be bought for under $8. Now the advantages of setting up this garden is, one, it is not very labor intensive. You can set them up in very little time. We don't have to dig the ground. We don't have to even clean the ground. You can just put wood chips on the ground and set these things up on the ground. We can also do diverse plants in one pool. As you can see, we have in some of our pools tomatoes, peppers, squash, cucumber, beans, and so you can plant many things. As a result, the productivity per pool or per square feet of the pool increases dramatically. In fact, a very unscientific study that I did showed that if you plant cucumber in an acre of land, as the industrial agricultural people do, with the with the path for the tractors to go, and then all straight line, so that it is easy for them to harvest, mechanical harvest or manual harvest. Um, they can produce, say, 100 pounds per certain area. My calculation revealed that we can produce 300 pounds or 400 pounds. And so you can increase the produce by having them in the container garden. Of course, the container garden has to be tended regularly, like watering, and weeding has not been such a big problem because we crowd the plants, and therefore they shade the weeds and they don't have a chance to thrive in that atmosphere. The other kind of containers that we have used have been grow bags. That is a new kind of product that has come in the market. Grow bags are like 3-gallon, 5-gallon garbage bags with holes in their sides, and they cost very little if you buy them in bulk, about uh, 16 cents per piece if you buy them in 500 quantities of 500. Well, the grow bags, I've been able to grow anything from sunflower, tomatoes, cucumbers, eggplant, okra, uh, squash, and you name it, we can grow them. And they are very even one step ahead or better than the wading pools, because they are portable and they can also be set up on the roof of small buildings, even a hut, because they do not weigh that much. One other advantage of these container gardens is that if there is a standing water in the because of flood or anything, when these things may be covered with water, but very soon or if within few days the river subsides or the water just is evaporated, and so we say we can save the plants. They won't just rot if they had been in the ground. In fact, we had an experience right here in a lower part of our in-ground garden. At one time we had heavy rains, and so we lost about 3 or 4 tomato plants. Now I'm trying to get these grow bags to less income countries, especially for those people who live in slums where they do not have uh, too much land to cultivate, but they can find places where they can set these grow bags. Now, another low cost container garden is the one where we use feed sacks. These feed sacks are available everywhere, and they can be even taken from the garbage or waste stream. In every place I visited, there seems to be an abundance of these feed sacks. Now, the fourth container garden that has a good promise of producing more in the small area that we have, that is the elevated garden. The elevated garden, I use uh, the pallets that have been thrown out after several uses, as well as 1 gallon jug juice or milk jugs. You open the bottom and then put soil into the 1 gallon jug, and then you can set them up or tie to the pallet and put the pallet in a vertical way, as you can see in the pictures. So I'm really thrilled about the vertical garden, because if you can set 5 tiers there, which means you're able to produce 5 times more than what you would produce in the in-ground garden of the same size. So this has potential for producing more uh, vegetables and fruits in a small area. And so I feel that container gardens, although it looks like very simple, and I'm not saying this is going to solve all our food problem, but if many people start to grow part of their vegetables in the cities, in the urban wasteland, which I call them the urban wasteland, where nothing can grow, like the rooftops, like unused parking lots, brown fields, and vacant land or vacant spaces, plots where houses would have been burnt down, and so it's the movement of that emphasizes locally produced vegetables and fruits is on the increase, and many cities have new gardens starting every season, and I think even cities like Detroit and Cleveland that are devastated by the recession, uh, people are beginning to use the unused spaces or urban wastelands as gardening plots, which is a very good sign.